all as one. I stand before you, last of my kind, an orphan of Tenno massacres. But their violence did not end with me, did it? It carried on to all of you. Grineer languished in their torture plexes. Ostron clades starved for Tenno tithe. Corpus pupils weeping Tenno praise under blade. Solaris souls blackened the skies of Tenno foundries. But now is our time. An era of peace and security. The devils have been cast out. And by the void, the Tenno shall never return.
Full detachment veils on.
Comms are bad tonight. How many prisoners, you think?
Too deep to know for sure. But what if there's an Archon down there?
Don't do that.
Allah.
Do not concern yourself with me, Surah. Rescue the others.
Catch him and I'll release the door.
Stay cool.
I have no idea what that means. Let's hope you're not too late.
No! No! Kruna Mekta! Please!
Ostrom claims starve for 10 times.
All as their apostasy.
Easy now. I'm not going to hurt you. Let me get that thing off your face.
All is one. All is one. All is one. All is one.
smartass!
It'll be there just now.
How long's it been since the Tenno left without saying goodbye? Since Narmer and the masks? Since truth became a luxury few can lay their hands on? Whoever's picked up the mantle the Tenno dropped, drifting wild, popping masks and loosing bonds. Whoever you may be, we salute you, Drifter.
Hey, give me that. All right. Good to see you too. What do you think, Ordis?
What do I think? I think
Finish her.
this is torture. What's left of her is just wasting away. We've tried everything. I have no care and feeding of eidolons in my data arrays. We don't know what we're dealing with.
No, we don't. But you know someone that does.
I know someone that... Wait, operator, you can't be serious.
I told you. Don't call me that.
Sorry. If you want to get to the outer systems past Narmer, we'll need a Corpus shuttle.
Heal the pain of independence. Strong or wise wise and trusted friend. We united in one vision, rise to sing of sorrow's end. He the bringer of the vision bids you answer to his call. Praise the wise and mighty ballast. Heed the ruler of us all. For we're all one, and the work's begun for and we all run to our golden sun for
Vox Solaris collapsed under Narmer. You're on your own here. Keep your head down and get topside as quick as you can. Wait. Deacons. They'll sense if you're not veiled. Give them a wide berth, or you'll be sucking black ooze before long.
As one.
All as one.
Avoid the deacons, or they'll seal you in.
Hello. Missing your brain buster then?
Ignore her. We can't risk it.
Can't risk what? Jank cipher comms? Already blew it. But listen, if you're here to muck with Nama, I'm keen to lift with ya.
Need a ship. Corpus tags.
Then you'll be wanting to pay a visit to that bleeding brainbuster factory. I know a shortcut. Might grab yourself a K-drive if you've got the legs for it. Name's Little Duck. And you must be that stick in the spokes I've heard about. You weren't in with a tenno back in the day, were you?
Something like that.
shipment of brainbusters, and there's one with your name on it. See, security's lax on account of how the only way inside is wearing one of those sticky things.
What? Oh, you don't know what effect it will have on you. There's got to be a better way.
Afraid not. Pops my plugs to think that some people take the veil by choice. Warm lies are more comfort than cold hard truths, eh? Ready? Veil up and I'll mark the shuttle uplink once you're inside. Think happy thoughts, yeah?
My child, so beautiful to behold. How do you feel? We found you within the derelict zone, failing, evil, void in your heart, but ballast. You saw a lost child in need of a father. As you recovered, he noticed me less and less. What good was I to him if you weren't sick? Loved him, but he only loved you. The stasis dreams were the only choice I had. Your harrowing dreams of mother, father. I made them nightmares.
Blending in nice. But I'd still give those deacons a wide berth. Did you know they can detonate those veils if they smell a rat? Take your face off that.
Are you serious? It didn't occur to you that you might want to mention that before we put one on?
It did, and I didn't. Needed you focused.
He saw through my deception, and my judgment was swift and true. He cradled you in his arms, saying, "Child."
Child, my child, forgive me. Wake from this horrid dream of hers. The world outside is waiting for you. These horrors of Zariman are lies only to hold you ill. I love you.
I can't.
Oi! Focus! Jab that console, quick! Oh, guts! You've been rumbled. Right, leg it out the back before you're mumbling with the rest. I've sorted your shit. Had a little nugget for myself while I was there. You've been rumbled. Right, leg it out the back before you're mumbling with the rest. I've sorted your shit. Had a little nugget for myself while I was there. You've been rumbled. Right, leg it out the back before you're mumbling with the rest. I've sorted your shit. Had a little nugget for myself while I was there. to the good old Tenno days. Expect those brain busters might be on back order for a while. Been a pleasure lifting with you, Drifter.
Lovers, holdouts. I just got word on the wave. Narmhead Factory got hit. No doubt the handiwork of that drifter we've been hearing about. Feels good to have a little bit of truth in the world.
Navigation is marked, but I hope you change your mind. This confirms that you are clearly insane.
Peas in a phylopod, Ordis. Stay close, in case I come to my senses.
Exalted. The dissident remains entrenched in the shadows below. The sea runs crimson with the blood of our faithful. But I will prevail. In Narmer's name, all is one. Unclean spirit thins our herd from the shadows. It will not matter, my faith is too strong. The light of Narmer will bring it the through. All as one! Only I remain. The test of my faith in trembling light. But I am not afraid. Alice, his love is within me. All is one. All us.
Even the Golden Lord of Lies cannot kill you, Tenno.
She lives, Hunhao.
No. She only lingers. And without her kind, not for long. Their search for her remains has long since begun. The shadow can dispatch you swiftly. A mercy. The Archons will not.
What do they want?
The same as you. To raise the dead. Only they have the power to do it. Unlike you. You are just as incomplete as she is. No metal beasts, no void fury. They will snap you in half and plant a veil on your face.
Not if you help me.
Help you? Of course. What are friends for? Let me explain what you are up against, friend. You see, the Archons were made by my son, Era. Hybrid abominations of the old war, raised from the blighted battlefields where Sentient and Warframe fell.
I've seen the snake before.
You know Naira, the eldest. Her whip cracks with an Eidolon's wrath. Bone-shattered shockwaves unleashed by every unfurling of its tip. Her whip is more than pain. It is protection. And more, for if you stand in awe of its spiral, the great thunderclap that follows will knock you senseless. Though she may be diminished somewhat by this exertion. And her gaze. To meet her gaze is certain death. Only by turning away would you hope to survive.
Is that an owl?
The owl is named Boreal. His trident strikes from a great distance. Deadly, chaotic arcs. One might avoid them with a keen eye, if you can anticipate their faint threads before. Even the very ground you walk upon will become Boreal's weapon. He may have a weakness at this moment, but it is not obvious. Worst of all is the paralyzing screech. Terrifying, yet this moment is your only chance to close in, unseen, and strike.
What do they call the wolf?
Amar. He will gnash his fang blade, filling the air with deadly coils of flame. Survive the flame, and you might see frenzy, a relentless fury of slashes. Only the greatest of force will subdue him in this. Should he howl, the pack will appear. Mirrors of himself, meant to confuse. Only the true eye can distinguish the alpha among them. Vainglorious. Whelp, that's it. Off you go to die. You have nothing to fight these beasts with. I cannot guess how many lives a Tenno has, but you seem eager to lose another.
I've got work to do. You can lay here all you want, doing nothing, wallowing in ancient grudges. She chose the Tenno. But Ballas and your groveling son, they used her. They'll do it again and again, burning her up for whatever suits them and tossing the ashes when they're done. They cannot have her.
Tenno, wait. I have wallowed here. It is true. Fading in this deep hole, waiting to die, but without release. Held here by a purpose I cannot abandon. That she is free. So no, they cannot have her. But hear me, even if I help you, even if by some miracle you succeed, she will not be the same. Even for us, death leaves a mark. Do you understand?
I understand.
A weapon as old as those you hunt. Nataruk. If you are worthy of Nataruk, you won't mind the little test, will you? Archons will raise the dead to swarm you. But Myra is not the only one to call thunder. Nataruk can fire fast and true, but you will need to time your release with the weapon's rhythm if you hope to pierce the blighted skin of an Archon. to it, but facing the Archon will not be as easy. You must study and prepare. You are quick to it, but facing the Archon will not be as easy. You must study and prepare.
You're alive! I can hardly believe it. He actually agreed to help?
Yeah, bastard even gave me homework.
You cannot kill the devil, Tenno. But you can send it back to hell.
Quiet down, please. Stand for pledges.
By the glory and wisdom of the Seven, I give my life.
By the glory and the wisdom
wisdom of the seven I give life.
You wanna get the tension again?
Evermore, to carry the sacred light of our dominion into the deepest dark. In this we are one.
Save all that chitter-chatter for Tao. Our jump schedule has changed again, so we're moving exams up with it. Everyone has studied their temporal axioms unit, I assume?
TA? We were meant to have physics.
By my precepts, I've never had such an enthusiastic group of students. Now, eyes on the main screen and pay close attention.
Temporal Axioms, Unit 6. The Prison of Linear Time. Presentism, the obsolete theory of linear time, posits that now is all that is real. In this frame, the present absolute, the now, moves constantly toward the future.
When are we ever gonna use this stuff?
And leaves the static past behind, discarded, consigned to unreality. The future remains to be discovered, but is less real than even the past. We see the shadows on the cave wall, but not the hands that cast them. The void offers humanity the truer telling of eternalism that now is merely a facet of a great block.
My head hurts.
It is relative, and we can change the frame. The tyranny of the present absolute is overthrown. Tomorrow is now its equal.
Students, eyes on your own screen.
Question 1. Which of the following is not one of the theories of time? Presentism, futurism, eternalism. Incorrect. Were you paying attention during the lecture? Try again. Incorrect. Were you paying attention during the lecture? Try again. Correct. Presentism and eternalism are the principal theories of time. Question 2. What is the principal failing of presentism? It considers the present to be the only reality. It has never been endorsed by an Archimedean of unblemished standing. It lacks elegance. It is not true. Correct. As the name implies, presentism considers only the present to be real. Question 3. Lintana's parents have been captured, but she has a choice. The button that will open her mother's cell door will flood her father's cell with deadly radiation, and vice versa. She presses one of the buttons. Under eternalism, which of the following statements is universally true? Only one of her parents will survive. Only one of her parents will die. Her parents will survive. Her parents will die. Correct. Versions of reality now exist in which each parent dies. Lintana is assigned to one of them, but the other is no less real and is theoretically accessible.
Pardon the interruption. This is Zeraman Actual. All decks, all stations, stand by for reliquary field trip.
Students, please direct your attention to the windows. You may find this instructive.
In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
How long does she have?
Not long. You must hunt Era's Archons at once, and take from them their power over restoration. Given such a task before you, I suspect you'll be gone before she.
Forgive me, but this would be a lot easier if you could use that old, Tenno magic. How did you lose it?
I didn't. More like, I don't have it yet.
I traced Eidolon signatures the best I could. These locations seem most likely. That interference again. There's got to be an Archon nearby.
For once, I hope you're right.
A curious weapon, Drifter. You seem to have made a powerful friend.
They have me, Era, until you come to your senses. Balance is not one of us.
That interference again. There's got to be an Archon nearby.
For once, I hope you're right.
Curious weapon, Drifter. You seem to have made a powerful friend.
They have me, Era, until you come to your senses. Balance is not one of us. He is a parasite, adapting to whatever suits him. He is using you and our kind. Surely you see that.
See what?
That interference again. There's got to be an Archon nearby.
For once, I hope you're right.
A curious weapon, Drifter. You seem to have made a powerful friend.
They have me, Era, until you come to your senses. Ballas is not one of us. He is a parasite, adapting to whatever suits him. He is using you and our kind. Surely you see that.
See what? A century of your failures? Your betrayal of your own people? Narmer has given our people more than you ever could. Victory. When my Archons have crushed this scantfly, you'll be back to rotting in the deep. Alone.
lies in ambush ahead, but you have no choice. Do not let the beast recover.
Well now, children. Well now. One of you out there is slaying dragons and doing it in style. Keep those hits coming. Drifter.
Soon. I promise.
Was that my mom?
Cephalon, kill lights and switch off.
Only jump commencing. And how?
Quiet, everyone! Keep your voices down.
Why is this happening to us? What did we do wrong?
Something went wrong with the jump, but we'll survive. Promise.
Okay.
Hey, why don't you go sit closer to the others until we get environmental back?
My mom's coming to get me soon.
Snap out of it. We're on our own now.
No! My mom's coming!
Lose your light? Here, you can take mine. Thanks, kiddo.
I think I will.
Two left. Just a simple choice between the horrible one and the terrifying one. Archon in the vicinity operate... Sorry, old habit.
Don't sweat it.
A new one. I don't think I get it either.
I know you. I feel it. Itching in my mind. You're not just some lucky drifter, are you? Well, my Archon will be prepared for you and your friend. I'm afraid that luck of yours is all spent.
Era, call off these aberrations. Give your sister a second chance at freedom. Are you so blind to the truth? You haven't won. You are a Dax in every way but name. A servant to the old Golden Lord.
A second chance. I see. You're not just trying to stop my Archons from finding her. You're trying to bring her back yourself. Either way, she'll soon be returned to us, and this time as Nata, purged of Tenno lies and human weakness. conspire against me, Father. There is peace and dominion now. The first in centuries. Our people will finally flourish as we were meant to, atop the pyramid of living things. All of us, as one.
Are you trying to convince me? Or yourself, son?
Fairy stories ain't ever just about how monsters are real. They're lessons in how monsters can be killed. Here's to you, Drifter Archon Killer, and closing the book on this particular fever dream.
I'm a little unsure about this. Last time she snapped at you. What'll it be this time?
Unless she sprouts fangs, I'm sure it's fine. Besides, there's still another Archon after this. No biting this time, okay?
Who are you?
I'm not. I'm Tenno. Zeramin. All that.
Tenno?
Lies! Time's up, kiddo. I can save them. All of them.
But you have to want it.
Let's say we shake on it.
She's full-on sentient. She doesn't know who you are.
No shit.
What do we do? Operator, run! Get away from her! Run! No sweat.
alive?
I don't know what I am, but I know what I must do.
It is her. I am certain.
But of course your Archons have her. Tenno! Even hell was not hot enough to split them.
What does it matter? You have won. Narmer spreads across the system. Monuments rise to your glory. All who live, bios and not, kneel before you.
But not them! You see some great triumph here? That this dullard herd worships me, wailing freedom from their rotten gobs, when the truth is, they all thirst for that piss-warm comfort of being told what to think. They wanted to kneel.
But not them. Then what is your command?
Gather the fleet. She is coming to us. What's left of her. She will kneel before me, and, by my word, slaughter the only thing she has ever loved. And then we feast.
Still works. Hello?
Have a seat. It's almost ready.
What the hell? Hungry? Yeah? Ordis, okay? Yeah, but what are... Got all your Warframes back? Yeah. Why did you... So, where's she at now? I don't know. Yeah. Still missing a few from the deck. Hunting that golden freak, I figure. What's his name? Ballas? Wait. So you don't know? Ballas, right. You ought to be more careful. I might not be around next time. Around? Okay, so what is this, then? Are you from the... future? Nah, but that'd be a lot easier to get now, wouldn't it? As far as I can make out, you're the me that got rescued from this shit, and I'm the you that did not. Not sure which of us got it worse. So, you've been stuck here this whole time? Not here exactly. But yeah, stuck. You got bigger problems. Right now, at least. To freedom. Yeah, it's great. That's my cue, I think. Would love to give you a hand and all, but the way this works, seems like finishing this is either you, or me, you. So, what do we think? You saved her, nursed her back to health. It has to be you.
Exodus protocols reversed. Orbital frontal section reattached. Running diagnostics. Corrosion minimal. All seals holding.
Ordis?
Stasis protocols lifted. Systems coming back online. Cephalon refit complete. Excuse me, but where is my operator?
Looks like I'm your operator for now. Don't worry, they'll be fine. You want to tell me how this works?
Scanning. Indeed, you are my operator! You can help me run through the cross-check, if you like. Then we can...
annihilate Narber.
Find the Lotus. Warframe vitals strong. Warming up nicely. I've taken the liberty of rebuilding the paracesis. Surprising, but your transference signal is clear. This might be an odd sensation for you.
Can't be harder than riding a horse, can it? Whoa! Easy now.
Oh, joy. This thing seems to have survived stasis.
It's almost cute. Almost.
The Narmer fleet seems to be redeploying. Sensors show Murex clustering past Mercury. What is Ballas up to?
She's going to jack one of their Murexes. I pity anyone who stands in her way.
If the Lotus does manage to break through the fleet and face him, in her current condition...
Ballas will get inside her head just like he always has. And he'll rip out her nervous system by the roots. We gotta stop her.
Alright, the only way to reach that Murex undetected is up through the tower. We must speak with Konzu. Oh no! Konzu's been afflicted with one of those wretched Nama veils.
Tear off the lying mask!
Your hesitation, and we say
Get to cover, old man!
We must pull that oversized sentient leech from atop the Tower of Unum. Help the others as you helped me, Sura. I shall find a way.
Master Tizanai is forever at your service.
Sura! Quickly now! Come to the air dock! Hurry, oops! Fly, my...
Believe this tower to be inhabited by a great spirit they call the Unum.
Haunted, huh? Nice trick to ward off would-be thieves.
Sura, do not harm any whom you could save. Kruna Meta.
Dada!
Never will I submit to
to Narmer.
Ordis, you hear that?
Nothing on my sensors. Keep in mind, Doctor, this was your idea.
Help the others. Krunameta. Dada, show love.
They plunder her temple, Kuva. Can't you beg? Find a way to reinvigorate Dada before it is too late. Krunameta. She lives! Sura! She lives!
actual love.
stream. Let them defile no more.
Operator, I may be detecting something unusual. Should I focus scans?
Don't. Might just piss it off more.
Murex trajectory increasing on vector heading 0 by 0 by 0. Right toward the main Narmer fleet, passing Mercury. One against so many. There's no way she'll get through.
This is not your fight, Tenno. Ballas is mine.
He put hooks in you that go deep. And you are not back to your fighting weight, lady.
You are warned. Keep to your place.
Blockade ahead. She's completely outnumbered, outgunned. What? By stars. They're lowering shields. She still has some command of the fleet.
But not the one ship Ballas now controls. The great sentient weapon of the old war. Do you know what she was called? Pregassa. The Devourer.
Yes, we know it. The ship that feeds on debris and derelicts to rebuild itself.
Look, you're not yourself. Not yet. We can find the last Archon together.
There is no time, no mercy for Narmer. Pregassa must be stopped before Ballas can fulfill her original purpose. Pregassa cannot be allowed to feed.
feed on what?
The sun.
On your 6. Well met, Tenno. But no time for reminiscing. We are under attack. Target-rich environment. Get on those guns. fangs. Time for the big gun. Get on it. Gravimetrics are chaotic. At current rate, this railjack will burn on approach. Weird. That thing appears to be eating the sun.
I should have stayed in Deviri. Could we tuck into the shadows of the wrecked ships for approach?
Priority. Get close enough to execute slingshot maneuver. Time transitions with solar flare events for maximum cover. Crew, they do not make sunblock strong enough to save us from this. Get us out of...
My people, long have you waited for the sign. I have delivered it. Look to the sky. It grows darker by the moment. That darkness gathers strength enough...
Hull integrity critical. Gravimetrics are chaotic. At current rate, this railjack will burn on approach. Weird. That thing appears to be eating the sun.
I should have stayed in Deviri. Could we tuck into the shadows of the wrecked ships for approach?
Priority. Get close enough to execute slingshot maneuver. Time transitions with solar flare events for maximum cover.
Long have you waited for the sign. I have delivered it. Look to the sky. It grows darker by the moment. That darkness gathers strength enough to open the void and bear me onward to Sacred Tau.
Gravitational waves increasing. Helm will feel sloppy.
Of you, my people, my flock. You will join me there, of course, but by another path. The path of sacrifice, the path of oblivion, cleansed of all doubt, for you will peer into pitch of day and find the sun is gone. Its heart-rendered, beating in my hand, the cost of my passage. We are...
Crew, brace for shockwave. Situation critical. Not to nag, but in short order, everything that is inside this ship will be outside this ship. Astro frame integrity preserved. Good job. Return to duty. Entering slingshot range. Orphix pulse fields detected aboard. Get a necromech in the barrel. You will need it.
Right. Get out of here once I'm aboard, okay?
My father was right. But it's too late. I cannot stop Ballas. No one can. Soon, my people, and yours too, will all be destroyed for the pride of one man. Follow me. reaches him, he will make her his puppet. Together, they will annihilate the sun. And so, my sister must...
Listen, I never finished rebuilding her. It might have made the difference.
What a glorious reunion. You and Mother Dearest both come to send me on my way. I am ready, Tenno. Are you? Kneel! Kneel, and I will spare these worlds. Beg, and I will make you complete again.
I had something different in mind.
I loved you once. You were so like her.
You dreamed of a Margulis you could control, but she chose death over you. I said to stay out of this.
But you can't, can you? Still desperate to save her from herself. You never truly knew her, did you? What she most needs.
No!
Why do you make me do these things? Say I love you, my master.
I love you, my master.
Now, kill your child. For me. There's a good girl. Repair the hurt you have dealt us. Have dealt me.
Oh no, damn it, no!
To have a child. And with an open heart I gave you this. And my reward? Being left to watch as all your love, my love, poured into the bottomless well of this abominable child.
remember my old self dissolving beneath your fingers, shaping me, directing me. Lua.
Yes, let's discuss what I did. I, who have endured your torture of me, your lies, your betrayals, without complaint. All for you. And this is my reward.
You lie. You are small.
Pitiful. I am loved.
You are a mask with nothing behind it.
Broken thing. A puppet accusing her maker of a lack of substance, was it? Very well. She can take your punishment for you. Broken thing. A puppet accusing her maker of a lack of substance, was it? Very well. She can take your punishment for you.
Alice, stop. Spare them. Spare them. And I will be whatever you want.
Shut up! You are making me do this. And when this child is dead, you and I will have words. Her kind can't feel pain or lies. You never understood me, my vision. My future lies with Tao. Not here, not with you.
Stop. Stop.
She has this coming. Do not interfere again. I cast you from my sight, Lotus. my death. And yours as well. The unstoppable annihilation of every single last thing. Pleased? Satisfied? Are you now full up with death? My vision was only ever comprehensible to myself. My ambition beyond the grasp of people. Thus, I have always been alone. Your death changes nothing. What are you? Tell me that. What barren, disgusting thing have I let into my house and my heart? Tell me!
Child. Run!
Run? Where should they run to? You've only destroyed everything! Alone at last. Now, kneel. You monstrous bitch!
My life.
Margulis.
Kiss me.
I thought I was Nata, Margulis. Lotus?
That's up to you. He's gone.
You. Thank you.
At the end, what did you see?
I saw... Nothing.
We've got work to do. Narmer's shattered, but they've got a martyr now. And the old guard are already eager to fill the vacuum. If you're ready.
I'm not sure. There are voices. I am not one.
I know. But maybe you could choose one voice to lead the others. It's your choice.
Narmer has divided the world, leaving a deep wound. We need healing. I am Margulis.
Feeling better, kiddo?
My child, my friend. What was done is done. Ballas is no more.
I killed him. Isa.
Operator, Ordis has been interfacing with the Foundry's AI precepts. You could say we forged a new connection.
Yes.